And here we go. We got my packages today. Ooh, look at that deliciousness. Ooh, baby. That is my GeForce GTX 650 Ti Boost. And now we got this. Some more deliciousness. This is my Intel i7 core processor. i7 2600K. That means you can easily, well, it says unlock. That means you can easily overclock it. So that's delicious. And last but not least, one of the main core pieces. Got you pretty excited. Gotta cut this other piece. Pretty excited again. Those are fake outs, by the way. Zooming in on something you can't see just yet. Here is another 8 delicious gigs of DDR3. So that'll make it 16 wonderful gigabytes at 1866 gigahertz. I'm sorry, megahertz. Wow, gigahertz, that'd be insane. Hello and welcome back to my deliciousness here, ladies and gents. Unveiling of the graphics card. This is going to be amazing. Maybe first of all we take this box out. Ooh, look at there. Maybe. Let's flip it upside down. That didn't help. Put the phone down for a second. Look at that beast. That thing is ginormous. And we have 2 DVIs here and here. We have a DLP, which is amazing, by the way. And then we have an HDMI. Now, for the CPU. Where's the CPU? Ah, here it is. Here is the CPU. Pure deliciousness. And on that we have to put this stuff, which is the Arctic. Dang it, just can't really read it. Anyways, I'll read it for you. It's Arctic coolant. It's the thermal compound that you have to put on top of the CPU here. And then you apply this delicious fan to it. This is the delicious fan that you pop on there. The CPU is in, and for the acrylic, we just put in just enough. Less is definitely more on this. The more you have, the worse it is, actually. I probably put too much on there. Okay, now we want to apply the fan. Pop it in these little holes right there, and then plug this little bad boy right here. And this inserts there. Then what you want to do is push these black things down so it goes into the board. And I'll get back to you. I need 2 hands on this. So the heatsink and fan, along with the CPU, is now in. Now I can open up the other 8 delicious gigs. So it'll be 4, 8, 12, 16 gigs. Alright, I'm going to push these little niblets down. Whoops, pushed the wrong one down. Damn it. Alright, and then we just pop it in this little gray slot right here. Make sure it's the right way. It's not. Flip it around. And then once you got it in there, you just press down firmly. These little things will lock into place. Okay, and one last one. Move the cable out of the way real quick. You always want to have pressure on the bottom of the board, because if you put too much pressure on top of the board, you can snap the motherboard and then it's no good. Alright, and there's 16 delicious gigs. Next up, this son of a gun, Mun Fun Hun, Johnny Bizzle loving graphics card. As if you can see in there, the bronze heat pipe in there is what disperses the heat around, so that it gets a nice even heat dispersion. And then they got the small super duper giant fan here. Then you just want to pop this. First you want to figure out which one is, I think it's this one. As you can see, let's see. It says right there, PCI Express 16.1, and this one says 2. So what you want to do is you want to pull this little knob back, flip this around, and pop it right in to here. Probably not best to pop this in until you actually have the motherboard screwed down. So we'll get back to you. Alright, now that we have the board inserted into the case, you want to take your power cable and stick it right in here. Get the cables out of the way, actually. And then you can put the ATX power in. Make sure it's nice and snug. And then over here you got 8 more pins. And this would require this one. And if you have it like this, then it needs to be put together to make it into 8. So one side goes in. I think I got the wrong one. No? There we go. Ah, ha, ha. Muy bueno. And this one goes back here. Once you hear that clicking noise. And this fan cable can be put back, or it can just be left alone, but I like to have it back. I need 2 hands for this. Alright, once you have every component hooked in, everything looks beautifully nice. We'll have to clean it up some so that the cables aren't hitting the fan. That's not good. And here we are with this monstrous beast. And again, we'll be hooking it up in there, so we're going to have to move some wires around before I can hook it up. So let's get some of these wires out of the way. Alright, let's get this beast up in here. Alright, that's the back side of what it looks like. It's pretty nice. Alright, need two hands again. Alright, now I got that thing in there. Now I just want to drill this in and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Oops. Alright, since this thing is a massive beast, it actually has to have a power to it. And I have one of those right here. So then we would just plug this beast in right like so. Make sure you hear the click. There we go. Alright, once I start hooking everything else up, I will fire this bad boy up. Alright, and this is what it all looks like when it's all completely intact and delicious looking. I'm going to hit the power button. Man, just listen to how quiet that bad boy is. You can see back there where those red lights, oops, right, kind of like right there. Those are error codes, and the machine would actually start beeping if there were any errors. And up here, it is doing all kinds of dynamic testing and what goodness to let you know how BA your computer is. So everything went well. We had the Intel Core i7 2600K. The CPU at 3.4 gigahertz, 16 gigs of delicious RAM, a 64-bit, and a touch screen, which is amazing. And then we have unfortunately the rating is 5.9, and that is because of my disk transfer rate, which is very garbage. Although I scored a 7.6 out of 9, a 7.8 out of 9, 7.8 out of 9, 7.8 out of 9, and a 5.8 out of, 5.9 out of 7.9, so that's the scale right there, and it is magnificent delicious. I will have to update my hard drive, unfortunately, and then I will be a delicious loving Johnny Bizzle boy.